Good day everyone, we are group 6. Today we will discuss how to allocate using an algebraic method that is under chapter 8, accounting for factory overhead. Before we proceed to the solution, let's read the problem first. Central Parkway Corporation has two producing and two service departments labeled P1, P2, S1, S2 respectively. Direct costs for each department and the proportion of service costs used by the various departments are as follows. The given data is direct cost of P1 is 120,000, P2 is 80,000, and S1 is 25,000, and last of S2 is 10,000. For service proportion is S1 is 0.25% and P1 is 0.50% and P2 is 0.25%. For S2 is S1 0.10%, P1 0.50%, for P2 is 0.40%. The required is allocate the service department cost using algebraic method. And now let's allocate the S1 first. S1 is 25,000 direct cost of S1 plus 0.10 of proportion services of S1 times 10,000 of S2 direct costs plus 0.10 of proportion services of S1 times 0.25 proportion services of S2. The equation it becomes 25,000 plus 1,000 plus 0.25. The question is how we get 1,000. 0.10 times 10,000 equal 1,000. 0.10 times 0.25, it will become 0.025. And now let's combine the terms. 25,000 plus 1,000, it's equal 26,000. And let's subtract by 1 minus 0.025, it's equal 0.975. For 26,000 divided 0.975, it will become 26,666.67, and we will round off. The final answer is S1 equal 26,667. As you see, the table for S1 is 26,667. If some of you got confused, the reason why 0.25 became 0.25 is because it was multiplied by 0.10. S1 received 10% of S2 and S2 already includes 25% of S1. That's why the equation has to adjust with the multiplication. And also how we get 0.975. It is just simple. By using subtraction, 1 minus 0.025, we will get 0.975. That's how we got the final answer of 26,667.
Now, proceeding from that is what we call step 3, or solving for P1, P2, and S2 respectively. From the previous step, which the answer was 26,666 and 67 centavos, we now directly multiply with the proportion of services used. So as we can see from the given, P1 is 50%. So we simply directly multiply the previous answer with 50%, and we get 13,333. And we repeat the same steps for P2. Previous answer multiplied by the given proportion of services used, which is 25% for P2, and we get 6,666 and 7 pesos. Now we do the same for S2. Multiply the previous answer, 26,666 and 67 centavos, with 25%, which is given for S2, and we get the same answer of 6,666 and 7 pesos. However, we don't stop there. We simply plug it into our table, the answers that we come to, including the previous one from the previous step. And now we go for the allocation for S2. The allocation of S2 comes from the direct cost of 10,000, which is given. Direct cost of 10,000 is multiplied by the quantity of 25% and the 26,666 and 67 centavos. The quantity, as we previously showed, is 6,666 and 67 centavos. We simply multiply that by the base direct cost of 10,000, And we get a rounded off answer of 16,666 and 67 cents. The final answer is that. So we plug that into our table again, and we get the quantity of 16,667 pesos for S2.
Next, let's solve the P1, P2, and S1. This is under for S2. So the final answer of S2, which is 6,666.67, we times it to service usage proportions, which is 0.5. So 16,667.67 times 0.5 is equal to 8,333. Next, we do the same thing. On P2, 16,666.67, we times it to service usage proportions, which is 0.4, is equal to 6,667. On S1, we do the same thing again. 6,667.67 times the service usage proportions of 0.10 is equal to 1,667. And as you can see on the table, the total of factory overhead for P1 is 141,666, and for P2 is 93,334. So we get that by adding all the P1 and P2. That's all. Thank you for watching.